Today, we're getting into something that sounds small but is actually huge: the power of tiny changes. We're breaking down the core ideas from James Clear's Atomic Habits and figuring out how these small, almost invisible actions can, believe it or not, completely change your life.
Okay, let's start this off, not with some dry theory, but with a real story. And it starts with a moment that is absolutely gut-wrenching.
The impact, it was just devastating. We're talking a skull fractured in multiple places. He gets airlifted to the hospital, they put him in a medically induced coma, and the doctors tell his parents, straight up, he might not even make it through the night. Just imagine that.
So, who was this young athlete? It was James Clear, the author of the book himself. And his incredible comeback story, from that hospital bed to becoming a top athlete and a best-selling author, well, it wasn't some miracle. It wasn't one big, heroic leap. It was built piece by piece on the exact idea we're diving into: the power of tiny atomic habits.
Okay, so how does this actually work? What's the secret sauce? Well, believe it or not, it all starts with some really simple math. Let's talk about the surprising power of getting just 1% better.
This is where it gets crazy. Look at this. It's all about compounding. If you get just 1% better every single day for a year, that upward curve shows you end up, get this, 37 times better. 37! But here's the scary part. Look at the other curve, the one heading for 0. If you get 1% worse each day, you basically end up with nothing. It just goes to show you those tiny choices, they really add up.
And this right here, this is what James Clear calls the compound effect. Think about it like a bank account. Every time you make a good choice, it's like you're depositing a tiny bit of money. It doesn't seem like much at first, but with compound interest, it grows and grows and grows exponentially. Your habits work the exact same way. They're the engine that drives all the big results.
Okay, but here's the tricky part, right? And it's probably the biggest reason why people give up. You don't see the results right away. It can feel like you're spinning your wheels. To explain why, you just gotta hang in there. Clear has this perfect analogy, and it's all about an ice cube.
So just picture this. You've got an ice cube, and the room is slowly getting warmer. It goes from 26 degrees to 28 to 31. And what's happening to the ice cube? Nothing. It's just sitting there, looking exactly the same. But then the temperature hits 32 degrees, and suddenly, boom, the breakthrough. It starts to melt. That one single degree was the tipping point, but it was all the degrees before it that did the real work.
And this is so important. All that effort you put in when nothing seemed to be happening, it wasn't wasted, not a bit of it. It was all being stored up, just waiting for that breakthrough moment. This is exactly why people quit. They think it's not working, but really, they're often just 1 degree away from their own personal breakthrough.
All right, let's get to what I think is maybe the most powerful idea in this entire book. This is a total game changer. It's a huge shift in how you think about making changes, moving away from just goals and outcomes to something way deeper.
This right here just lays it out perfectly. Look at the difference. Most of us start on the left. I want to run 5K. That's an outcome. But Clear says, no. The real secret, the change that actually sticks, is when you focus on the right side, on your identity. You stop saying, I want to run, and you start believing, I am a runner. See the difference? The goal isn't what you do, it's who you are.
So this is the question, the one that changes everything. I want you to really think about this. Don't start with, what do I want to achieve? Start with this. Who do I want to become? Do you want to be a healthy person, a creative person, a disciplined person? You decide on that identity first, and you'll be amazed how the right habits just start falling into place. Okay, so you've got your identity picked out, awesome. But now what? How do you actually build the habits that support that identity? Well, this is where James Clear gives us a super practical, powerful toolkit. He calls it the 4 Laws of Habit Change. It's a 4-step roadmap, and it's brilliant. To build a good habit, you just follow these steps. 1, make it obvious. 2, make it attractive. 3, make it easy. And 4, make it satisfying. And the best part? If you want to break a bad habit, you just do the opposite of all of these.
And check out how simple this can be in real life. Want to read more? Make it obvious. Leave the book on your pillow. Can't miss it. Want to walk more? Make it attractive. Only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast while you're walking. Procrastinating? Make it easy. Just do it for 2 minutes. That's it. And to make it satisfying, get a calendar and put a big X on it every day you do it. That little win feels good. And like I said, to break a bad habit, just flip it. Make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. It's a foolproof system. All right, here we go with another huge mindset shift. We are obsessed with goals, right? Big, ambitious goals. But James Clear says we're looking in the wrong place. Our focus needs to be somewhere else entirely. Let's break this down. A goal, that's the result you're after, like I want to lose 10 kilograms. A system, on the other hand, is the process. It's I eat healthy today and I walk for 20 minutes. And here's the kicker. Winners and losers, they often have the exact same goals. Everyone wants to win the championship, right? The difference isn't the goal, it's the system. The winners are the ones with the better systems.
This quote, man, this one hits hard. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Just think about that. Your goals are your target, sure, but your systems? That's what you rely on when you're tired, when you're not motivated. That's your baseline. So if you want better results, you've got to build better systems, period.
So as we start to pull all this together, it really boils down to one simple, powerful truth. Your life, right now, today, it's just the sum of your habits. Think about it. Your health, your finances, your relationships, none of it is an accident. It's all a lagging measure of the things you do day in and day out. So if you want a different future, it has to start with different habits, today.
So, what's the game plan? It's simple. Not easy, but simple. You got to start small. Forget about perfection. Just aim for that 1% improvement. Every time you get a tiny win, celebrate it. Let that fuel you. And most important of all, just be consistent. Show up every day. That is where all the magic happens.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Let's just forget about all the big, life-changing plans for a second. Just for today, what is one tiny, almost laughably small 1% change you can make today? Because that one little decision, that could be the first step that changes everything.